welcome to the catch-up. For what month is it? October?
November.
November! Jesus Christ, where am I? I don't know.
Yeah, come on, where's your Christmas hat?
Where's my Christmas hat? I don't have it. Oh, I took it home, I think.
Took it home.
Did I?
What do you like?
Keep talking, entertain the people.
What? Don't leave me on my own.
I'm not leaving my bag right here, pal.
There we go.
Merry Christmas! Oh. There you go.
I'm now regretting mentioning that to him.
Yes, indeed.
So, how's your November been?
Look, I want to just talk about. Let's just talk about how the week's been going. It's been fucking going. I'm so exhausted, and I'm exhausted because we've just gotten off speaking with Ian Weldon. Fantastic conversation, by the way.
Yep.
Had a great time. For all those who haven't heard of Ian Weldon, because obviously that won't have been released yet. It'll be released sometime next month. What a great conversation. Go check out his photographs. Go check out his Instagram. Fantastic. What's the general vibe? He's not a wedding photographer, but he is a photographer that shoots weddings. So, goddamn. And who else have we been speaking to?
We've also had Ed Godin on at the start of the week.
Godin.
Then we had Christian O'Reilly, Fire and Ice.
Whoa, Fire and Ice.
Then we caught up with Lisa Devlin.
We're going to be talking about Thrive
because this whole month we've been recording Photography Farm episodes.
Yep. The only person we haven't had a chance to talk to is Melody Joy. And we haven't had a chance to speak to Melody because she's in Chicago at the moment.
Is she?
So I believe so. Because for those of you who don't know, Melody Joy, photographer who kind of goes between Chicago and Edinburgh, where she lives with her partner.
So it's been busy podcast month, despite the fact that you'll not have seen new episodes the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And we're sorry. It's just, recording all the episodes in anticipation of Thrive 2024 has been a hard task. And, doing show notes, I mean, it takes me a few hours to get just the show notes done. Mm-hmm. So I'm not able to keep up with my editing queue for weddings, plus do show notes, plus contact guests, plus all the other things, plus you're doing your stuff. So,
speaking of weddings, what have we?
Speaking about getting done, and I've got an iron brew here. Would you like some more coffee?
No, I've had enough caffeine.
Yeah.
It's not a phrase you often hear us boys in Cinemate say.
How dare we?
We're famous for our coffee.
Well, my cap or my iron brew wasn't a thing.
Don't put it in there. Yeah, you've had coffee in there.
Yeah, it's gonna. I want to clean the cup out with some.
You don't clean things with iron. Well, iron brew probably could clean a lot of things.
Oh God, I got it all.
So speaking of weddings, we shot one wedding in November. Correct. I believe that's correct.
Technically, it was one wedding, but it had an adventure session as well attached to it. So,
two weddings actually. We had the elopement in Glencoe. That was November.
Sorry, you're absolutely
right. November.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
So Glencoe elopement. It was nice. No preps, which was a wee bit strange. The couple just weren't too fussed about having preps.
Yeah,
so
but that was great because it was an earlier ceremony.
Yeah.
So I was very happy about that.
It all went well.
It went great.
Nice day.
Yeah.
It was dry. November. It was dry. That's always good.
A dry day in Glencoe this time of year, and it kind of felt like you could actually enjoy the day. Like it was pretty warm weather.
Yeah.
Which is what I name the gift and curse of Cinemate. When you hire us to go to Skye or Glencoe or anywhere else in the Highlands, it's always been warmish weather, and I don't know what is going on.
Yeah.
Of course, that did change.
Yes, because we shot Castle Wedding, Borthwick Castle, and then 2 days later, well, the next day we travelled up to Skye, and the day after that we met the couple and did the adventure session with them.
That's right, adventure session without a photographer. It was. I'm not going to say it's great, because that would be very
love
rude,
working with
and
photographers.
we genuinely love working with photographers. But to be able to have a kind of no holds barred approach to, what we're going to be doing. Oh, well, guys, we're going to be walking this way, and we're going to be doing this, and I have this idea of taking you here. And
the couple were up for anything. Like, it got cold and wet, but they didn't care. They were just like, "Yep, if that's what you want us to do, we're up for it. Let's do it. We want an adventure."
I mean, by wet, like after the shoot, we got in the car. I got home, we drove up the day before. We slept at Skye in Portree, and then we did the shoot, and then we drove all the way back to Glasgow after the shoot, which was quite intense.
Yeah,
but it worked out because I had a gig the next day, and it was wonderful. But it was wet.
Yeah.
So much so that I had to completely empty all the kit from the bags, even the little knickknacks and things that are, you find at the bottom of your bag after like a couple of, the busy seasons, and it's all under there. I had to gut everything, hoover everything, and it was the bag was completely drenched through, and I had to wring out all the gear. It was quite something. Water in the ND filters, and the hot shoes on the top of the camera. Oh, by the way, I don't know if people know this who shoot Sony, but these little plastic cap things that you get on top of the camera. Forgive this camera. This is one of our A6400s. Is that how they call it? 6,400s HD camera that we use for podcasting. Anyway, the little plastic shoe thing that you get, if you are an element photographer, or if you shoot outside at all, or you're not scared of the rain, great. Keep that little plastic thing in your hot shoe.
It's cold if it's in the
rain. Cold if it's outside. Because there's electronics in there, and Sony's are really bad for that's. The camera in general is waterproof, but not the top part. So you get water in there and you're fucked. So just keep that there, nice and tight, and your camera will be safe. There, I just want to say it, because I say it to all the photographers who I see with that little bit off and it's like raining, and I'm like, oh, please, God.
Wait, there was also some family came along in that shoot just to hang out. Like, they weren't on the shoot, they didn't come with us where we went, but they just hung out at the Kerrang and ran around.
Yep.
They slipped a couple of times.
At one point, I'm at the kind of flat, the flat bit of the cliff where people have ceremonies and stuff, which they seem to have. They're cordoning off at the moment.
Yeah, the bit that's just getting worn away and
it's getting worn away,
deteriorating over time.
But yeah, I'm shooting with a couple there, and all I hear is like screams of like someone falling and kids crying, and I just thought, wow, this is.
But it was super quiet. Nobody around. Like, never seen the Kerrang as quiet as that.
I mean, it was so wet. The whole bus of photographers that were there who do landscape stuff, they were just like, we can't get anything. Let's get back in the van and fuck off. And I was like, oh God.
But let's talk about the photos that we took. We mentioned it on an episode that will come out soon. We decided, because there was no photographer, I thought, what the hell? We don't need much from this shoot. We've already got a couple shoot from the day. They've hired us to do this. We'll get loads of video footage.
Oh yeah.
We got an A7 IV, which I think I called an A7S IV when I was talking to Ed, which doesn't exist, does
you
it?
noob.
A7 IV. Let's, while doing this, we've got time, take some photos as well.
Oh yeah, it was great.
But we made a schoolboy error. Well, Simon
made a schoolboy. I didn't push the wrong button. Right.
You took the first photo. The first photo was cropped.
I will say, was it? Was the first photo cropped?
Yeah, the very first one.
I will say that I had a sense right off the bat.
Yeah. When
I went to take a photograph, I thought, this is strange. It feels tighter than normal. And I shot on a 35, so this was strange feeling, but I was pushing buttons and nothing was happening, and I don't tend to have any information on the display normally, so I just went with it, and obviously I just backed up to get shots. But
what had happened was there's a button that I've preset on the camera to be jump into crop sensor mode, so that the A7 IV jumps into crop sensor, and essentially your prime has 2 focal lengths technically.
yeah.
And because we'd not used the camera that much for photos,
Because we're,
it got knocked
video people.
before the even first shot was taken. And yeah, Simon says he was looking at it going, this doesn't feel like a 35. That's weird. But didn't say anything until we were walking back to the car. And he's like, are you sure that's 35 on there? It's like, yeah, it definitely is. Got to the car, putting it in the bag. I was like, just have a look. That button had been pressed for the whole shoot. But neither of us, like, we noticed and thought it was tighter, but didn't take the time. Because it wasn't our main focus. Our main focus was the video.
Yeah.
We were like, that's fine. Doesn't matter.
But I will say this. We still took some great images, right?
They're still, I mean, they'll
edited.
still be at least, I don't know, 12 to 14 megapixels probably. I don't know the sensor in and out, but cropping in that sensor will probably still be at least 12 megapixels minimum. So that's still
surely.
perfectly big enough to create
If not
nice,
more. Is it not
nice
20?
high resolution images.
Why don't you Google it right now? I'm pretty sure it's like a 24 megapixel camera. So you're cropping in. You'd probably be 16 maybe megapixels. I don't know. We'll see. Or is it 24 megapixel? Oh, fucking how good do I know?
In
my
fact,
kit?
you still get 16 megapixels
There you
in APS-C mode. There you go. So 24 down to...
How did I know? Because I swear I didn't look up that information before, and I'm dyslexic, so math don't come easy.
Yeah, the resolution of images is still fine.
Yeah.
It just, when we were shooting, we felt that we should have more landscape than we were getting.
Yeah.
And it's just frustrating looking at them going, we would have had a wee bit of a wider frame there.
Yeah.
But they still look great, and there'll be some really nice images to deliver to the couple. And they're bonus for the couple, because they hired us to do video. Although the family member did keep saying, you're going to have lovely photos from this shoot.
Which is always a slightly worrying thing.
It's like,
oh
is he just getting this wrong?
Yeah, some great photos. Yeah, could you imagine if our communication was that bad that our couple were just like, oh, we're here for some photos, and we've been shooting video all the time. Oh. Well, look, on the bright side, we get to now utilize all the AI tech that I keep dissing on the podcast. So yeah, I suggested it, and you did. You put it into your.
Oh yeah.
You made a little video. Did we have
just
a
for
video?
fun?
Just for funsies, and really just to make up the fact that we're idiots.
Yeah. We tried
What's it called again?
expand the frame.
Expand frame.
Just AI create a bigger canvas in Photoshop, and then just draw a wee box and say, generative fill this.
Oh yeah.
And go around the whole image, just make it a bit bigger. It's amazing how convincing it would be. Like, if you didn't know what those mountains looked like, and you just sort of thought, oh, that's...
Even if you did know what the mountains look like, and you didn't have a comparison.
Yeah, if you didn't have the comparison, you could be tricked to believe that was real.
You'd never fucking know.
But if you have the comparison, you're like, oh, the crag goes like that. It doesn't...
Yeah.
The photoshopped one doesn't look correct, but it looks so convincing.
But look, I'm actually looking forward to... So you've done the edit of the photographs. I, just for funsies, when I get quiet, once I get through all the queue and the hundreds of podcasts that we've just recorded, I'm going to edit those photographs, and I'd love to just have a comparison. Just,
yeah.
I mean, yours is probably going to be better than mine, but
of course.
I don't edit photos, so. But
yeah, that was fun to do.
It was great fun to do.
I think that wedding will turn out nice.
Plus, yes, it was pushing down with rain, but the couple had a fucking great time.
Yeah.
And I, like, content aside, like, when a couple leave your presence, because I am the Holy One. What the fuck? When they leave after their wedding, and all they can say are good things about the event, good things about you, and the photographers, and it just... You know, you could probably make the shittest film, and they'll probably have the greatest memories of the experience. So, that's not what we do, though. Just to make that clear.
But that's pretty much November. Like podcast recording.
Well, it's not really, Greg, because we've obviously been. I mean, you're hiding all this.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes. So, when we made this podcast area, and obviously you can't see it, but we've got like a trussing that goes all the way around, and holds all the lights. And it was supposed to have this, so there's like 4 legs. Yeah, you can see one of those, right? So they're all over 4 legs, and right where you guys are looking at us, there's a camera with a 1635, and it's on an arm. But there was supposed to be 3 other cameras, and over the time of like doing podcasts, we've just minimized and tried to make it as easy as possible.
Yeah, you'll have heard us like a good few episodes ago talking about how Simon was live mixing and like boop, 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 cutting the angles live.
That was last year.
Yeah,
which I could very easily still do. It's just then we ended up like.
I think this format of
not using these cameras and
this format just works. It's nice and simple. Just cut straight to the content, cut straight to the information in the podcast.
Yeah,
don't need to be cutting angles and
live and
all that.
Yeah, because when I'm there, I really do just want to I want to be in the moment and not have to worry about tech, and I want to give people. Other than when I'm looking at my laptop going, what's the next question? I got to ask the next questions. What's that? Oh, yeah, okay, cool.
So, we're trying to slimline this so that we're getting rid of the A10 Mini and just have the A6400 as a webcam instead of through a mixer.
And do you know why?
This is the first test.
It's because things were drifting out of focus. Not out of focus, out of sync. Although there was that time we recorded a podcast for Thrive.
See if you can find what episode it is.
Did we forget to hit the record button at the start? Yep. Did we forget to focus the camera?
Well, no, the camera was focused, but somehow the focus changes every so often.
Yeah.
But anyway, that
wasn't the issue here.
The issue is the sync.
We made a fuck up. So... what our guest sees is kind of similar to this webcam, or what it used to be, except for there's an actual webcam right above the camera that you guys are usually seeing, and that offers another angle, which goes to Riverside. So it's all very complicated, and I don't enjoy it. Like, when did all this become so much fucking hassle? You got desks.
We would usually finish an episode, get it into Premiere, and have to like sync up at least 2 different camera sources, at least 3 different audio sources that all drift over time because it's like a 2-hour episode. Audio files drift eventually because we're not using like super high end.
Yeah, we don't have time code, which is essentially what that is.
So it was just a nightmare. So hopefully this will streamline it and mean that we can just sync things easier. The edit will still be similar.
Yeah. For people who are like, oh, I know what their problem was. It was they were using the wrong sample rate or the wrong frame rate in the sequence or whatever. No. Everything tech was 100% working right. However, on Riverside, because you're dealing with a video signal that... I'm assuming it's a variable frame rate on the video or whatever it was. But even that goes in and out of sync. And the audio, that's the same sample rate and 24 frames a second, because that's the frames per second that Riverside uses. I know we're in the UK, it's weird, but it's just weird, man.
Yeah.
We come from an audio tech background.
Probably of no interest to most of you. Some of the video people will relate to us and they'll know exactly what we're dealing with.
Yeah. So what we're going to do with the A10 Mini Pro?
I don't know. I mean, we've also got 2 A6400s that we do nothing with. What are we going to do with them?
Prizes! No, I don't know.
There's been a couple other bits going on, but we'll share them in another episode, maybe.
What bits?
I don't think you even know.
What? What are you talking about?
We've been buying some equipment. Small, minor bits of equipment. So maybe we could do a YouTube video on...
What you mean the camera gear?
Yeah.
Oh, right. So I do know. Fuck.
Yeah, you do know.
You're giving me a bit of a surprise. I thought you were going to whip out, look at this new TV or something. I don't know.
No R3 for you. That's November.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, so we're talking to Lisa Devlin, who organises the Thrive Photo Shop. There's still plenty of tickets for Scotland. In fact, the ticket sales are a little bit lower than normal. And so, if we don't fill Scotland spaces, it's going to go to Ireland, which I'm up for. I love Ireland, but
get your finger out, Scotland.
Get your finger out, Scotland, because, God, I've had so much fun talking to John Dolan. I've had so much fun talking to Brooke. Who else? Esme White. Oh God, Joe. Fucking amazing. Joy. Jeez. Yeah. All of them. They all have their unique focus, and what a pleasure it's been just to talk to them and have them give us like 2.5 hours of time.
Yeah. So keep an eye out. Early January, those episodes will all be coming out.
Buy your tickets.
Typical.
Buy your what? Oh, there you go. There you go.
24-minute catch up. Come on.
What? 24-minute catch up? Well, we're gonna let everyone.
I said we did nothing in November. We did 2 weddings and that was it.
That was it. But that's not, because we've been working like. Oh, but by the way, if you're thinking about doing a podcast, don't. That's it. Because you can't compete.
Yeah. No, hopefully you've had a good November. We've got one more wedding left to shoot this year, which is coming up on Saturday.
With Sean Bell.
Looking forward to it.
At the Cowshed in Auchterarder.
Yep.
Is that right?
Crail.
Crail. Is that Auchterarder?
I think it's the nearest bigger town, I think.
I think it's Auchterarder.
It's Cowshed Crail is what the venue is called.
Oh, right. Okay. Anyway, very much looking forward to that. And yeah, probably by the time this comes out, it'll be done.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
In the meantime.
However.
No, I was going to let you say the ending.
No, that's your job.
Oh, God.
In the meantime.
Enjoy your life!